Over 75 million people around the world own one of these things. And in case you haven't been connected to the internet in the last 5 minutes, you may not know about 76 million people around the world are freaking out because they have just discovered that they are about to lose the opportunity now and forever to download new software from the eShop. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is a cause for political turmoil. This is a cause for something like a civil war. I feel entitled just because I've given Nintendo so much of my time and so much of my money. I deserve something back. No, you don't. There's a civil war in Myanmar, okay? If you want to get involved, in a political conflict, you got options in this life. You are in the position to do one thing and one thing only, and that is to come on YouTube, click on a YouTube video like this one, and reflect on the question of whether or not there's anything you want to buy and you want to download before it's too late. Now, I think most people's thinking about this is 180 degrees the wrong way around. You're thinking, are there any games that are so wonderful, that are so enjoyable, that are so great that I'm going to regret it if I don't buy them, that I'm going to regret it if I don't spend 100 hours playing them from start to finish? I think that's the wrong question that's going to lead you to the wrong answer. There are games that are terrible. There are games that are a complete waste of your time and a complete waste of your money, but you should buy them anyway because you will regret it if you don't. Behold the glory of Mario Calculator. Is it a good game? No. Is it worth your money? No. Even if it were half the price they are charging, it would still be a ripoff. It's a complete waste of your time. It's a complete waste of your money. Buy it anyway. Download it and buy it today, because if you don't, you will regret it for the rest of your life. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, you are going to be sitting there with your Nintendo 2DS, 3DS, whatever you've gotten, thinking, damn it, I missed my chance. And no, I own this thing. Doesn't have any practical value in my life. Once in a while, I joke with my girlfriend that we can convert between Fahrenheit and centigrade with Mario sound effects. No, of course, it's garbage, but buy it anyway. Here's another great example. 3D Classics Excitebike. Is it a good game? No. Is it even the best version of this game? No. Is it worth the money? No, absolutely not. It is ludicrously overpriced for what it is. Is it worth your time? If you buy it, you will never play it for more than 5 minutes in a sitting. I would be shocked if you play this for more than 30 minutes a year. But if you don't buy it, of course, you will regret it for the rest of your life. You'll be sitting there wondering, if only I knew how much worse this version of the game is than the fucking Famicom disk system version that was only released in Japan. But you can't know that unless you waste your time and waste your money right now before they close the eShop. You will miss your chance to be disappointed if you don't download and buy it. So go ahead, make the wrong decision, because there is no right way to fail. The Sega Classics 3D Collection. Is this worth your time? No. Is this worth your money? No, not at all. If you don't buy it, and if you don't buy 2 copies of it, there's no way you can ever play Puyo Puyo with your girlfriend while you are sitting in 2 separate rooms. Oh, you think that doesn't matter? You think that's not important in your life? Your girlfriend could have diarrhea. She's sitting on the toilet having diarrhea. You're lying in bed or doing jumping jacks in the living room, whatever. You want to play Puyo Puyo while one of you's got diarrhea and one doesn't. You're telling me that's not worth the money? Of course it's not worth the money. But if you don't invest now, if you don't make that decision now, you will forever miss your chance. In general, the whole phenomenon of Sega remaking and reissuing its games on the 3DS, you can just say in each and every case, is this the best way to play the game? No. Is this the best version of the game? No. Are you going to be disappointed if you spend the money on it? Yes, but if you don't, 5 years from now, it's going to be burning away your soul that you could have owned, Sonic 1. You could have owned, what is it? Not Ninja Gaiden, the other ninja. It's hard, they all wear the same mask. You get them, anyway, whatever, the Sega ninja game. Shinobi. You could have owned Shinobi 3 on your 3DS, and you missed your chance. Again, is this the best version of Shinobi 3? Is this the best way to play it? No! Are you going to be disappointed? Yes, but if you don't buy it, you'll always wonder, and you'll later regret it.
こんにちは、任天堂の岩田です。後ろに見えるのは本物のモナリザです。
Have you ever wanted to buy something that would help you learn a language? And it's so expensive and so pretentious and so annoying that you'll feel guilty if you don't study that language? Maybe you should consider the option of buying the guided tour of the Louvre Museum in France. In your choice of a language you don't speak yet or you haven't mastered yet. I bought this in Spanish. I paid a ludicrous amount of money to get 30 hours of lectures in Spanish about art and archaeology and history so that I can feel guilty that I'm not listening to it. And right now I'm wondering, with the eShop closing, maybe I should spend even more money so that I also own the version that's in French. You could buy the English, the Spanish, and the French, but if you don't, before you know it, it'll be too late and that opportunity is gone. Remember, wasting time and wasting money are two completely different things. You can own all 6 Mega Man games on your 3DS, and it doesn't take up any space, and it doesn't take up any time as long as you don't play them. And even though this is not the best way to play those games, as with practically everything else on the 3DS, even if you can say that something is a good game, like Cursed Castilla, like that remake of Castlevania, Curse of the Moon, like the remake of Blaster Master Zero, even if it is a good game, the 3DS version is never the best version of that game. In some cases, it's not even a good version. 1001 Spikes, the worst possible version you could buy, is on the 3DS. But it's your last chance to get it now. And with any of these, if you don't buy it, if you don't buckle down to buy it, if you don't amass these intrinsically worthless digital copies of downloadable titles now, you're going to be an old man 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 40 years from now. You're going to be wiping the dust off of your 3DS and reflecting and wondering, what if I could take a guided tour of the Louvre Museum in France in a language I can't understand? And what if I'd spent the last 20 years with that guilt trip hanging over my head because I bought that software? What if I've been living with the pressure on me to try a little harder to learn that language? So that ultimately is what Nintendo's model of digital consumerism is all about. Accumulating things that you won't enjoy, but that you will suffer by not owning. So you won't enjoy owning these things, but if you don't own them, you will suffer from their absence. So I've got to ask myself a tough question today. I already own Mario 3 on like 6 different platforms. How many ways do I have to play Mario 3? And I don't even want to play it. I never need to play that fucking game again. Never. I don't even think it's a great game. It's just kind of so-so. But if I don't pay Nintendo more money to download Mario 3 again on my 3DS today, I might never have the chance to do it.